Welcome to Petty Details, where we skip down a tree-lined lane of conversation on subjects from music to history and everything in between. Join Meg and Monica in our quest for nuggets of knowledge on all kinds of different subjects. Our journey will drop some petty details on you that you didn't know you needed to know until now. All right. Welcome. Welcome
Watch
to
out.
Petty Details.
Right. Meg, you've changed.
This picture's going to come into into focus for you guys later on. And for all of you that are just listening, there's a picture of a lion licking his chops behind me. All right, so today on Petty Details, we have my co-hosts, Monica and Cam. Hi, guys.
Hello, hello.
I think we're going to talk about a movie that probably you guys have never seen. I'm going to say a good 98% of our viewers and listeners have not seen this movie either. And I have not either, honestly, and I'm just going to put it there because I am cheap.
What movie is it, Meg?
So, well, we'll start with, do you know who Tippi Hedren is?
Yes. The Birds.
The Birds, Alfred
Oh,
Hitchcock?
yes. Okay, yes. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So she has a history of being in movies where she's terrorized.
I was gonna say animal movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because in The Birds, she was literally terrorized by these birds, like for real in the production, not just
Yeah.
not just in the
Not
movie.
just the movie. Yeah, not just
Right.
the movie
It was real
storyline.
life for her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She is also the mother of Melanie Griffith.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh?
All right. So, have you ever heard of a movie called Roar?
No.
Not I, no.
Okay.
Katy Perry song.
Yeah.
Movie. Can't, nope.
No. Well, I can tell you that she did not get the inspiration from this movie. Katy Perry did not get inspired by this movie. So
Imagine.
this is one of the craziest stories of movie production that's out there, though. So it all starts with Tippi Hedren and this guy, Noel Marshall, who was her husband. And he was the executive producer of The Exorcist, another great movie that they shouldn't have remade. Again, I'm going to go on a tirade about remakes.
What about this one? What about Roar, Meg? Should they remake this one?
If they did, I'm sure it would be all CGI and
Probably.
Yeah. So anyway, so this guy, Noel Marshall, marries Hedren in 1964. This is when Melanie is about 7. So this is not her dad. And Noel and Tippi get like super into animal conservation. Okay, which is it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But they end up in 1970 going down to South Africa to film this movie called Mr. King Street's War, which I've never seen either.
Mm-mm.
No. But doesn't matter. While they're there, they end up seeing this house in Africa that has been taken over by lions.
A house?
A house, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm imagining like lions doing human, like getting up, getting coffee in the morning, like top hat. Later,
Making
darling.
cereal.
Yeah.
Right.
Honey, I'm home.
Puts his briefcase by the door.
Brought home supper. It's a giant like zebra.
He's just a big old haunch.
Yeah.
We're
We're gonna remake this movie like this now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we're gonna remake. So they decide that this is gonna be like a great movie script. Cam's is better, but you know, whatever. But it could also like tie into their conservation efforts.
Mm-hmm.
So Noel starts working on a script and he starts getting investors, and then this family, because you know, this is what you do, decides it's a good idea to get some lion cubs as pets in preparation for this movie.
Okay.
Totally logical leap there
Right.
for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen videos. They're very cute.
Oh,
But at
super
some
adorable.
point there's an intersection of they're cute, but now they've grown to adulthood and you know
Yeah.
how that goes.
And they
Instincts.
can now eat you.
Right.
Right.
So my husband has this guy that he knows in New Mexico of all places, so I don't even know how this happened. Like I could understand this, I think, if it was Louisiana a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah.
He
You know-
somehow got a baby alligator
Oh,
and
that's not crazy.
It
and
is in New
kept it
Mexico.
right and kept it in his bathtub. And I'm like, okay, but what are you gonna do with it when it gets too big for the bathtub, which it eventually will?
Right.
Like,
But are
what
Oh,
do
they
it
you?
like,
definitely will.
yeah.
We have like parks that have where you can go and pet like baby alligators, and then they have like a little pool with the alligator, like the bone. It's kind of like teenage alligators, I guess. They're not full
Teenage
size.
alligators.
Yeah.
Adolescents.
That's a TV show. Teenage alligators, and then yeah, okay. And you can like watch them swim around and stuff. It's very nice, but
See, that's
the little
cool.
small ones aren't very big. You can hold them.
Mm.
Like I've held one. It's not. It's just like in two hands type of thing.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do with it in New Mexico? Are you gonna like leave it
No,
in Tingley Beach or what? Like,
yeah,
but there's
I'm
not
worried about it
water
in New
in New
Mexico.
Mexico that you can be
Right,
like, here,
right.
alligator.
I feel like it needs the
Donate it to the
humidity,
zoo.
which New Mexico I feel like doesn't have.
No,
Yeah. So
No, if our
I'm
humidity hits 20%, I'm dying.
oh,
Yes.
that's like base.
Right.
I know. Uh-huh. This
Yeah.
is why I only survived in Texas for like 3 years.
Uh,
And where I lived in Austin, it wasn't even that humid. So
Mm,
yes, this is my baseline is if we hit 20%, which it does during monsoons, I'm done.
mm.
Like monsoon season is awful.
yeah, no, I split the difference up here in the north, where it's like 40% all the time. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie's kind of weird, though. It's like, this is why I'm saying, even if you remade it today, it doesn't, it's not really a story. Like, there's not really much
Okay.
to it. It's just
I was
about
gonna
this.
say, what's it about?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
literally about this family who raises,
Cubs.
Lion Cub.
yeah,
So how is it? You said two, or you didn't say a number?
no, they got a couple, and they started with a couple.
Okay.
But again, it's like there's not much plot to it.
Right. Where do you go with that? I mean,
Yeah.
turn horror movie, family gets eaten.
Yeah, but no,
Turn
it's not like
comedy.
that. No, it's supposed to
The
be like showing off like conservation stuff, but then
okay.
it'll have parts where like the lions are like chasing you kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird.
Good message, bad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Right?
it was one of those things where they had a good heart, but they
Mhm.
didn't think it through a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, so they've got these lion cubs in Sherman Oaks, California.
No.
Yeah. Like what the fuck did their neighbors think? Can you imagine this?
No. It's just a big cat. What are you talking
Right?
about? No, Linda, that's not what it is.
And all I can think of is that part in The Hangover where they've got
They have
the
the tiger
Oh
in
my
the
gosh,
bathroom.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep. Best part of that movie. I freaking love that part.
Uh,
But yeah, it's kind of weird that they thought, oh, this is cool in the middle of Sherman Oaks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
So obviously, neighbors are not thinking too highly of this because at one point the cops get called. Shocker, right? And the cops tell them that they can't keep freaking wild animal beasts in the city limits.
The fact that somebody had
Yeah.
to tell them that
Yeah.
is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So they move the whole shebang out to a ranch, which is better.
These poor lions.
Still lion cubs, but
They're-
okay.
Yeah, they're like, we are not thriving in this environment at all.
Yeah.
Right.
So apparently, Hedron and Marshall start to talk to animal trainers who tell them that they're crazy and that this idea is not going to work that they've got without at least two experienced animal trainers for each animal, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But they don't take this advice because why would
Of
they?
course not.
No.
And they start adding
Why would they?
more animals.
Oh no.
Because more is better.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about conservation, you got to talk about all the animals, right?
True.
So I'm wondering at what point are they? I'm wondering if they're how long their heart's in it and how long are they like, oh, we can just get more animals, like be like we'll have more animals and we'll be talk of the town type of stuff. I
I
don't know.
I think it really is more like they're trying to
They're
save these
trying.
animals.
Okay, that's
Because
understandable.
what happened later, but I think that this whole movie venture is
Mm-hmm.
ill-conceived.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just didn't think it through.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, so you'll see. You shall see how this unfolds. So now it's lions,
Mm.
tigers,
Oh boy.
Bears, oh my.
Please say bears, oh my.
elephants,
Oh,
Elephants.
elephants, oh
cougars,
my. Not the same.
and
Yeah.
leopards. They've got like all these
Uh,
big
oh
cats.
my gosh.
Cougars and
Yeah.
leopards, okay.
The one thing
And
they don't
elephants.
have is bears.
In elephants.
Just
Yeah.
like all these big cats and elephants.
And elephants. Yeah.
They couldn't find a panther.
No.
Actually, I think they did have they might have had a panther in there.
We had somewhere
No
close
cheetahs.
to where my grandma lives, like closer to a bayou, and um they just had reports of a big black panther just roaming around. Like they don't know where it came from. They assume someone probably like had the panther and then like
Mm-hmm.
let it go type of
See,
thing.
this is why you shouldn't have big crazy animals
Right.
Real.
in
But
the
it was
city limits.
like it was insane. Like like I don't want to come across it, please.
No, because
No.
panthers are not like natural to Louisiana, right?
I don't think so.
I don't
Someone
think so
correct me. Someone correct me if it is, but bobcats, yes. So maybe it might have been a bobcat that just looked like a panther, but
I
everyone
think
was like,
don't they look different though?
Well, I was gonna say,
I
isn't there a
I feel
size
like they look.
difference?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
And are panthers, are they only black? I don't know.
I
I
think
don't know.
so. I think predominant. I don't know.
I don't know
Now,
enough about
a
wild
mountain
animal
lion
cats.
versus a panther, I could see those two getting mixed up aside from the color.
Mm,
But
Okay.
size-wise, I
Yeah,
would
Yeah,
think
but
they're
if
more
they're talking
similar.
about a big black cat, like,
right.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm thinking panther.
right.
thinking
Go,
panther too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Same. Because I mean, up here, yeah, mountain lions. We get reports of mountain lions
Yeah.
in the foothills all the
I
time.
don't think you've ever gotten a
Mm.
panther though, have you?
No,
No.
just mountain lions.
And bears. You guys get bears too.
And deer.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Still doesn't have the same effect.
Nope,
No.
nope, nope.
All right, so apparently the animal cast reached about 132 animals,
Oh my, of each of these?
like
Or like
total.
in total? Okay.
But
Yeah.
That's
still,
still
132
crazy.
animals in a movie about lions?
About, yeah. It's not all about lions.
It's live action Animal
I-
Farm.
Yeah,
Right.
at this point it's about animals and living with them and conservation. There's not really a good plot to this. I'm not
I was
gonna
gonna say,
lie.
because I'm reading the plot summary on IMDb, and this
Wait,
this
will
is
you read it to us? Will you-
yes, this is the plot summary.
Yes,
I had to look it
yes.
up because I was like, what is this even about? So this is the plot summary. A naturalist living with big cats in East Africa expects a visit by his family of four from Chicago. A mix-up leaves him searching for his family who have been left in the clutches of wild lions.
Yeah, so I'm not sure like how that
What?
makes you want to conserve lions.
Yeah, so there's a second summary and it says ravening jungle beasts assemble in flocks to invade an otherwise quiet home where they terrorize the visiting family of their keeper.
Are you understanding this,
That's-
Cam? Are you
That's complete opposite of what conservation is like.
Right.
Like trying to make them seem less horrifying when you're like ravenous beast. What?
Uh-huh.
The vocabulary you use there is important.
It is.
And
And
they
Does
did
this
not
sound
take
like a
it
movie you
seriously.
want to see?
And I'm
No.
telling
you dying to
straight
see
off
this?
of IMDb.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
See what I'm saying? Like, there's not much of a plot to this, really. Like, I can't.
No.
I'd like to explain it, but I can't.
They should have had
I'd
me in the
like to.
writer's room. I would have changed it to become
Oh yeah, but there really
Right.
isn't a writer's room. This is like this guy Noel Marshall just
He said, "Let me make
deciding.
this movie."
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude, this is
so
insane. Like I'm watching the trailer for it. It's so bizarre.
yeah,
Oh,
it's not
Oh,
great.
they need to turn this into like take a shot every time something happens type of thing.
Yes.
there you go. It's a drinking game movie.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And like I said, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have not seen this because I am cheap, and it's like the only place that you can find this is on disc on Amazon, and it's like $23. It
Oh
is
my
not
gosh.
free anywhere, which is surprising to me because
Not even like YouTube. I feel like YouTube has a lot of free with ads movies.
yeah, not the whole movie. You can find clips of it,
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Hmm.
which do not make you want to watch the movie. I'll tell you that right now.
No.
Right.
No.
Like there's this clip of him like riding through the Sahara or something on a motorcycle with giraffes chasing him and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Huh.
I'm seeing a clip of a lion cub on a skateboard right now.
Oh, wait. See, that makes
And
me want to
he's
watch the movie.
right.
I
He's
want animals
riding
doing human things.
Yeah.
he's riding around on a motorcycle being chased by tigers. That's
Oh yeah,
super.
it's tigers, sorry. But there's giraffes in the background or some shit, aren't isn't there?
But yeah,
Yeah.
there's been a couple of clips of him on a motorcycle, so one of them may have been with giraffes, but
Because like I like National Geographic, like that type of stuff where it's like, oh, look at these animals in the natural habitat. But like
right.
this is
Like
not that.
documentary
Not really.
style.
Yeah, no.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This is yeah. This is something else. It's in its own genre.
Yeah.
Crazy movies,
Mhm.
101. So obviously the family is like hemorrhaging money
Mm.
just to keep all these animals fed because these are like personal animals. This is not I'm hiring these animals kind of thing. These are like personal animals that they're just accumulating for the movie.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Can you imagine what that food bill looked like? Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
For that many lions and tigers,
Outrageous.
just so much meat.
Outrageous. Yeah. And this is even before it starts filming in 1976. So they're just like
Jeez.
they've just got this crazy idea. They're sort of writing a script, sort of, if you can
Mm.
call it that, and then they're just accumulating animals. That's what's going on
Jeez.
here.
Now, does it say
That's
whether
what's
like how they're
happening.
keeping the animals? I'm assuming if they're truly in this, these animals are not kept in like super tight cages type of stuff. Like,
No,
They're
yeah,
like
no.
no.
free range,
They're
it
like
looks
free
Yeah.
like.
range animals. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
they're free range chickens.
No, for real.
Yeah, no, they're literally like free range animals. They have this ranch. There are pictures of these cats in the house,
On top of the house, on
on
the
top of the house.
porch. Yeah.
Yeah, there are actual pictures of Melanie Griffith playing with these animals in a pool kind of thing.
Oh
Dang.
wow.
Yeah. This is not they're kept in cages and it's a petting zoo. Like
It's
this
not a
is
zoo.
That's yeah.
yeah, no,
It's like
these
a
animals are
safari,
just
basically. Yeah.
out in the
That's
wild
yeah.
in some ranch in California.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Huh.
I don't even know how they thought that this was going to be a thing, but the shoot was only planned for about 9 months, but it ended up taking them 5 years. This is depending on the source, just to get the shots.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Like people it takes a while to work with like animal talent.
Oh,
Well, I was
yeah.
gonna say
General
trained
who like
animals.
have
Yeah.
been trained. These are not trained. These
Mm-mm.
are
No, because remember, they were told that they needed two
right.
animal trainers for every animal.
Yeah.
That would have been what, like almost 300 people, just
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
animal trainers. And you know that they're not doing that.
Nope.
And I know, Monica, if you ever tried to shoot pictures of an animal,
Mm-hmm.
animal and babies, right? Trying to get them just to sit for like a holiday picture is a freaking nightmare.
Oh yeah. My dogs are trained, but I've also been taking pictures of them for 10 years. So
Yeah.
Mm.
But
like
even then, it's not like a one shot and done deal. Like you got to
no.
take a bunch of them and try and, treat it up and,
Oh, they're definitely treat motivated and they know as soon as my camera stuff comes out and then the treats come out, they're like, okay. But they still only have so much of an attention span.
yeah.
Like they will only take treats for so long before they're like,
Mhm.
deuces, I'm out.
But try
Had
shooting
enough of
like
your nonsense.
hours of film with hundreds of animals
Mm-mm.
all at once.
Mm.
So they
No
did hire
thanks.
some animal trainers, but it's nowhere near the recommended two for every animal advice that they had been given.
Yeah.
So I know you're going to be surprised by this. They run into some issues.
No.
What?
Wild animals and issues? No way.
Uh-huh.
So one of the first issues that they run into is that they could only film about 5 months at a time because they're filming on this ranch, and the cottonwood trees would turn brown, which mess up the continuity.
Yeah.
Dang.
Because, seasons.
Because
Yeah.
seasons, yeah.
And they're not fixing it in post. That's not happening.
No.
Uh-uh.
Because remember, this is the 70s.
Right,
This isn't
right.
like
That's not
obviously
like
this is not a movie that would have been done today. There's no
Yeah.
way. Not the way it
No.
was, anyway.
I think it would actually be illegal.
Oh yeah.
Technically,
100%.
horribly
I think it was
California-
illegal back then. They
I was
just
going to say the state of California is probably like, and we're putting the kibosh on a bunch of this stuff.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm
yep.
gonna say it probably was illegal back then, the way that they were doing it, but since they were
Mm.
paying for it all themselves, it wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't on anybody's radar kind of thing.
Right.
So the cinematographer who ended up being the director of 1994's Speed
Hmm.
and 1996's Twister,
Okay.
okay, would spend tons of time setting up these multiple cameras just to see if the animals are going to do something that he could actually use on the film.
Oh no. These poor
Poor guy.
animals.
I know.
They're just trying to like live their life.
Yeah. So this
Oh.
is part of the reason why there isn't really a script, because they're just trying to get shots of these animals and they're just doing their own thing, obviously, because they're
Yeah.
wild animals.
Right.
These are not, trained or like the CGI ones that you would use today where, you can have them doing something that they normally wouldn't do.
Right.
Like
So-
drinking coffee or, having
Yeah,
breakfast.
or riding on skateboards. So there's this one scene where these two tigers are riding in the back of a car, but they had to be taught to ride in this car,
Ew.
which means that it took them 7 weeks to shoot this one shot.
7 weeks for one shot.
To be like two in the back of the car. That's crazy.
Yeah, just to be riding in the back of this car.
Mm-mm.
And that is
There's not a studio today that would okay
no.
that kind of schedule.
Oh, absolutely not.
Mm-mm. And there is that scene that I think that you can find on the internet, and it's just them riding in a car. There's nothing spectacular about this shot.
That's what I'm like. None of these shots. I feel like they're not leading up to anything.
No,
It's just
they
like,
don't. They
Yeah,
don't.
it's just like here's an animal.
There's
You
no
like
plot line.
animals?
There's no story.
Uh-huh.
Look at this animal doing this cool thing.
Yeah. So
Next.
because of these unplanned actions that happened and were filmed, some of the lions ended up getting writing credits because they had to change the script to accommodate for these frequent changes that these animals are just doing
The
their own thing.
lions got credit.
Yeah.
What is happening? That's crazy.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Isn't that great? So
Whoa.
obviously, I think you can see where this is leading up to. Working with wild animals, things can get rather unsafe and dangerous. This is
You
again one of the reasons why I don't think that this was really on anybody's radar, because it probably would have gotten shut down right away.
Mhm.
I bet it. Yeah.
But I think it was just like one of those. I bet, I don't have any history on this, but I'm betting it was like one of those wild rumors that was in Hollywood that there's this crazy shoot with wild animals going on for years.
Tippy Hedren has 100 plus wild animals
Yeah.
in a ranch. Yeah.
Yeah, but like nobody's really looking
no.
into it because they probably think
Yeah.
it's crazy, or
Yeah.
they just don't care enough. They're
But
like,
also, can you
whatever.
imagine being Melanie Griffith growing up with this?
Yeah. And then you wonder why she's kind of crazy now.
Right?
Yeah, this is what she grew up with. Mm-hmm.
It answers some questions.
It does. It does. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, like this does not make Tippi Hedren look like a great mother.
No.
Because I'm looking at
Mhm.
this and I'm thinking, you're putting your child in this kind of environment? What the hell are you thinking?
She's not.
No. So there is one scene where they end up putting honey on Tippi Hedren's face so this leopard could lick her. Okay.
That sounds super smart.
Yeah. All the
Yeah.
while, the
Make-
handlers are like,
glaze yourself up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And these handlers are 8 feet away. So she like literally could have died if the cat decided to eat her face,
Yeah.
which I'm surprised that it didn't.
Oh my goodness.
I cannot imagine being cool with that.
No,
Mm.
Uh-uh.
not at all.
So there are obviously tons of injuries reported. And some probably not reported.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably more not reported if
Yeah.
it flew under the radar as long as it did.
Yeah,
Like
so
he's
there's
missing an arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
yeah.
somewhere
They forgot
between
to feed the animals.
Yes, exactly. So there's somewhere between 70 and over 100 that are reported.
Oh, can you imagine how many didn't get reported then?
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah. So some of the worst ones are that Noel Marshall ended up bit through the hand by a lion and almost lost his arm.
Ouch.
Dang.
Yeah, so he ended up
What?
getting blood poisoning and gangrene after like all these bites and scratches.
Jeez.
My gosh.
Well, yeah, with all the bacteria in their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hedren was bitten in the head by a lion.
In the head.
Yeah.
Just like chomp.
Right
Mhm.
next to where she had the honey.
Right?
Right, yeah.
She's like, huh, I wonder
Totally
how that
Yeah, how did
totally
this happen?
unrelated.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she had her ankle crushed by an elephant.
How do you get why are you under
What?
the elephant?
So
Why are you in its
apparently-
way at all?
Right. I think
Right?
that she was on the elephant. But she said that the elephant was trying to keep her from falling off of his back. Although
She gave him the benefit of the doubt.
right. But although a few days before this, the same elephant had thrown off a trainer that was
Mm.
riding on his back and into a tree where the trainer ended up getting a broken shoulder. So who knows what's really going on there, but I think the elephant was just pissed to have somebody on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like that elephant's like, I want to be in the wild.
Exactly.
And
I
not
don't want to be in
ridden-
California.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
You know, Hollywood's not all it's cracked up to be. You know, we can't all make
Yeah.
it here, and that's okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if she got like thrown and then crushed her ankle, like it got stepped on, or it got
Jeez.
crushed in the tree, or how this happened, but her ankle is messed up.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
She ends up also with gangrene and inflamed
Gosh.
veins because of
Lord.
this incident.
Oh my God.
Tippy.
Yeah.
Oh my
And they
God.
kept going.
And they kept going. Yeah.
Because conservation.
Because conservation. Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I believe that they're in it. Like
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
this type
They
of
are
thing.
spending all of their money on it, all of their money on these animals. Like, yeah, they're
Wow.
there.
I imagine a
hurricane.
Netflix series would be made about them if this were to happen today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would totally watch it.
Oh yeah, of course. Better than the movie that they're
Oh,
making.
yeah, for
yeah.
real. So Melanie Griffith was also in this movie,
Hmm.
and she also got attacked by a lion in her face.
And she was how old at this time?
Teens, early teens.
Jeez.
What the?
Louise.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Brave, brave
Yeah.
person.
So they thought that she was going to lose an eye. It was so bad. And she ended up getting 50 stitches.
Oh my God.
my goodness.
This is also why, if you look at her before and after this movie, she looks different because they had to do some facial reconstruction because of her injuries.
Jeez.
Yeah. Some of these attacks are actually still in the film. They just kept them in.
Uh,
So if you look online,
Documented for
there.
your pleasure, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What
there
the
is a
heck?
scene where she's being attacked. Melanie Griffith is being attacked, and Tippi Hedren is like trying to get this. I think it's a lion off of her. That is out there.
In your conservation movie, wanting to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So I think that they just really kind of left some of this stuff in. Like, I don't think this was the original idea that they had for this movie, but this is
I
the
assume they
stuff
didn't
that
have enough
keeps happening.
footage.
Yeah, they probably
They're
just
like,
didn't have enough of what they were doing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Melanie got bit. Oh well.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. We're just
Put
gonna
her in there. Put her in there.
change. The
She's gonna be a
Lions are gonna
star.
rewrite this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lions.
We're going back to the writer's room.
The lions in the writer's room, yeah.
Yeah, I just looked it up. Melanie Griffith, lion attack. And the first thing that comes up, exclusive, watch a lion maul Melanie Griffith in Roar.
Yeah.
Watch an exclusive clip of Melanie Griffith's very real lion attack from the film Roar, the most dangerous movie ever made.
No, it's a thing. It's out there. You can watch it.
That's crazy.
They left in the blood and
Goodness.
everything. Like, this wasn't just a let's
What was
throw
the
some
rating on the
ketchup
movie?
on it and stuff. Yeah.
Does the movie have a rating or no?
I don't know.
Huh.
I'll look it up again.
I mean, at least PG-13, I would assume. If not.
I don't think PG-13 was a thing back then.
Oh, okay.
I think that came out in the 80s, but
It is
now
PG.
Is it really
It is
PG?
It is rated PG.
You saw the clip though. You just watched it, right?
I didn't watch the clip. I saw it. I just looked at stills
Okay.
of it.
All right. I want you to watch the clip. I want you to find it. I want you to watch it right now, and I want you to give your
Yes, ma'am.
reaction to this.
Yeah. Zoom in
Yes,
on
ma'am.
reaction. Yeah.
All right. Well, even just the stills of it, I'm like, my God.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
where's
is
the
like a
actual
real
clip?
attack. This isn't like. Yeah.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
they call it a close call.
close call with this thing that weighs like 3 times more than she does.
Right.
Yeah. This isn't a lion cub, Cam. This is a full-size lion.
Lion, yeah. Uh-uh.
This is ridiculous. I have to watch an ad first. Hang on.
Of course you do.
Brought to you by, yeah.
Brought to you
Meow
by
Mix.
Mercedes. Meow Mix.
Or the honey. It's
Yeah.
definitely the honey.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Mitsubishi. Just kidding. It wasn't Mercedes.
Oh my God, how did you mix those two up?
Just looking at the side of the car.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that's sad if Mercedes is starting to look like a Mitsubishi.
Yeah, she's got her. She's
Oh.
pulling the lion by the tail. Are you freaking kidding me? And this lion
Touch a
has
tiger by the tail, and what happens?
its mouth around like Melanie's torso.
Oh my goodness.
What the?
You'll have to send us this clip.
This is
Yeah,
insane.
Cam is gonna be like, what the hell's going on?
For real.
Seriously. What? Oh my God. And they just left that in the movie. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's like a legit lion attack, right?
Yeah. Well, the little part that the clip that I saw, the lion was like already like on top of her.
Oh.
So she hadn't the lion didn't lunge at Melanie or anything like that, or it not in the clip that I just saw.
But it already had
yeah.
its like mouth around her.
Around her torso, like full on around her leg at one point, and then around her torso.
There's another clip out there where the lion is like literally pulling her by the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little part of this clip. I just texted it to you guys.
Yeah, and Tippi Hedren is like trying
pulling
to get
it by its tail.
Off this. Well, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Your lion
True, but still.
house cat is attacking your child.
Maybe
not the
don't
dailybeast.com is the website.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so these clips are
yeah.
out there, obviously. I don't know that you have to see this movie without, I mean, I think you can just watch the clips and kind of understand what the hell's going on.
Yep.
Probably as much as anybody. So it wasn't just the cast that are getting attacked by these animals. Like many of the crew are getting like bit by these big cats, including the cinematographer that was actually scalped by a lion and had to get 220 stitches.
Ow.
Yeah.
220 stitches?
Yeah.
Scalped is insane. Like,
Oh.
And
full
I think
on.
he kept working after that, which is even more insane to
With
me.
no wig on.
Wow.
Yeah.
It just
I would have been like, I'm out, I'm
he
done.
lost his whole
I'm
top
like,
of his
forget the fact that I
head.
don't have a scalp anymore, but like, I'm not going back into those dangerous work conditions. It's
Mm-mm.
ridiculous.
Yeah. The assistant director almost died when he got bit in the throat and jaw and almost had his ear torn off.
Mm-mm.
Why did they why did they continue?
I-
Like, what?
I don't know. I think you just, at that point, you're crazy and you've got like
Yeah.
too much
Yeah.
money sunk into it. And what else are you going to do? Like,
Right.
but after that attack on the assistant director, at least 20 crew members decide that they're going to walk off the job and didn't come back.
I'm
Which,
surprised it took that long.
right.
Yeah, I
honest.
know.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Little girl in the maw of a lion. Good.
Yeah.
Assistant gets scalped.
We're
No,
out.
that's the
That's-
line, right?
That's our line right there.
Uh-huh.
We're
Yeah.
done.
So these weren't the only crew members that had left and didn't return. This was like a constant thing. This was a constant turnover thing. So you know that people in the industry knew this was going on. They had to, because all these people work
Well,
together.
by that point, yeah, I was gonna say by that point, people have got to be talking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where did you get 220 some odd stitches from? Like,
Right.
Right.
why don't you have a scalp anymore? Like, these are
Why is it
conversation
crooked?
starters.
Right.
Yeah.
Why is her hairline crooked?
Like shit like this happens at work, people are going to talk about it.
Yeah. And a word's gonna get around because, like you said, they all work together. It's a community. Like,
Mhm.
word's gonna get around.
Yeah. And it wasn't just injuries that plagued this shoot. So there's a flood on the property after this heavy rain in 1978, and this 10-foot wall of water comes down and destroys the buildings on this ranch.
And that's Mother Nature saying, "Stop."
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave my animals alone.
Yeah.
4 crew
No
members
more.
had to be rescued.
4?
Only 4.
Mm-mm.
But 15 of the big cats escaped during this flood when the fences were destroyed.
That's what I was waiting for because I was like, they had to have escaped. Something had to have left because
Yeah.
it's.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you know that's a thing. You can't keep 132 animals contained
and
in
you can't
one
keep
No.
eyes on everybody. Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
said, they don't have 2 people per animal. There's no way.
Mm-mm.
Right.
So 3 of these big cats ended up getting killed by the sheriff's department after this flood because they're
sucks.
running around neighborhoods.
That's sad.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, but that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this flood causes about $3 million in damage. And it halted the production for a year while they rebuilt. So they've got a year to think about this.
And they're still like, this is a
Gung-ho
good
about
idea.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Great idea.
Yeah, they keep on with this. It's like, what?
Every sign points to no, but you're like,
Mm-hmm.
No.
I gotta finish this.
Yeah, I hear something
Yeah.
tell me, let's just
Tell
keep
me.
going.
Yeah.
So this isn't the end of the problems.
Of course not.
Mother
I can
Nature
imagine.
is like, hey, I'm gonna kick your ass with a flood and destroy shit.
Mm.
Oh, you didn't learn your lesson? I'm going to set the area on fire. So there's all these
A
wildfires.
wildfire?
Uh-huh.
And that's so unsafe for these animals that are like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
What?
I know there are no words for this because it's absolutely insane that after all this they
What?
keep going.
Seriously. What
So-
the heck?
After about 10 years of writing, they're trying to fund, and some of the most infamous and insane filming scenes that were ever done on a movie, it finally gets screened internationally in February of 1981. Okay. So they
Okay.
start this whole crazy idea in what, like 1970?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
10 years of production. Jeez.
10 years. So yeah, you had
How's
so
this big
many
cat do?
chances to stop, but you don't. And
Well,
now
and
you lost a fortune and
And
animals and a scalp.
showing.
yeah,
Yeah. And
not only that, but like, did the movie even make any money though?
that's what I'm
Because
saying. It,
like,
it had to have tanked.
Oh. Oh
did
yeah.
I was gonna say, did they even show it here in the States because of all of the like live action mauling that happened in the movie?
Yeah, I don't think that was the reason why they didn't. I think they just honestly ran out of money. But so it's released in several countries outside of the US. But the US distributors are shying away from it, and it didn't get much play here. One of
Because
the
there's a
theories,
because
yeah.
there's
There's
a
an act
lion
of
attacking
mauling.
somebody.
Yeah.
Mhm. But that's not one of the theories that they didn't touch this movie.
Okay, what are the theories? I'm so
So-
Oh
curious.
gosh. They're like
They they didn't want to touch it because the film was made with non-union people,
that's so American. That's so American.
right?
You have got to be.
Uh-uh.
Oh my God.
But that's also probably one of the reasons why the film didn't get shut down because of all the
'Cause-
injuries is because these aren't union people.
that makes
That
sense.
makes so much sense.
100% makes so much sense. But it's also the dumbest reason
Right?
to not pick the film up. Like,
Right. It's not that there are 10 million injuries because, people like would want to
Right.
see that.
Right.
People love to, see car
Oh,
crashes
yeah.
and stuff like that. I mean,
Sure.
think about Faces of Death. That was like a big thing,
yeah.
especially when I was growing up because everybody thought it was real. I don't know if it is or not, but
Hmm.
I've never even seen it. But I remember it
Mhm.
being like a big thing.
Right.
So if people are getting mauled by lions, like people would want to see that.
You know what the Lions should have done? They should have unionized.
Exactly.
should have.
The wild animals should have unionized people. Just
That's right.
protect yourself from big corporations.
Man, they could have gotten on the Screenwriters Guild for real.
Dude.
So
We
true.
probably could have gotten some better movies
Oh,
Yep.
since they rewrote this whole movie.
oh my gosh! And the MGM lion is a human now, and great.
See,
I love
Cam
it.
is already rewriting this movie and making more money than they did.
Yep.
All right.
Let me know if you'd watch it.
I would
Yeah.
totally watch that. Okay, so how much do you think it made worldwide?
Oh God,
Oh, it
worldwide.
can't be much.
$500,000.
Okay, a little bit more than that.
Okay.
Is it $1 million?
It's 2 million.
What?
hmm
Interesting.
This is a huge
Jeez.
problem, though, considering how much it had taken them to make this movie.
Yeah.
Food alone.
I know.
Food alone. Yeah.
Like,
And
the
Dr.
problem is
Dr.
you
Bills.
gotta, yeah. The problem is this is someone's favorite movie. It's gotta be. Like,
Oh, I'm sure somebody, yeah.
and that person is a walking red flag. But
Because
This
of
should
that
definitely
alone.
be a
Yeah.
question on your dating profile. Have you ever seen
Oh.
Roar?
Yeah.
What do
And
you
do
think
you
of it?
like it?
Do you like
Yeah.
it?
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, there was something out there that I think Tippi Hedren had said that this cost him like $1 million a month kind of thing.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Which doesn't
132
surprise
wild
me.
animals.
Right, plus all the crew that you're paying.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
And all the crew turnover.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can hire their replacements for cheaper than what you were paying the other ones because
Right.
words getting around.
Yeah. So it gets re-released in 2015. But
A
only
remastered
to
version.
about 6 theaters in the US, so it didn't do much then either.
6, which, like, is it like big city 6 theaters or like small town 6 theaters?
Right?
Like, come on, what are
Like
we?
Iowa or something.
Yeah,
Right.
where are we putting this?
I don't
What?
know. It
California,
didn't
though.
say, and I wish I could have seen it in the theaters.
When did Katy Perry's Roar come out? Because I'm wondering if there's any like
they were trying to cash in on it and they decided
for real.
I believe it was probably around 2015, right? Is it that
I
old?
do not remember.
2013 released.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
So
Okay.
maybe.
I can see that. Yeah.
Some interest in the film.
Yeah. So somehow it's got a 72% score on Rotten Tomatoes with an audience score of 51%. But I think that mostly has to do with legendary stories about this movie than the actual movie itself.
Probably.
There's no way this
What?
movie is good
Like I'm
enough to get that
yeah,
rating.
like I'm saying, like a
No.
documentary series about the story. Great. Sounds like
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
interesting. The movie itself does not live up
Mm-mm.
to that in any
Yeah,
way.
it kind of reminds me of The Disaster Artist, where the story of the making of the movie is much better than the actual movie. The
Mhm.
Room, which is
Mhm.
horrible. It's like bad, bad. I actually own that movie because it's so bad and I had to see it. So there were so many like emojis and stuff going around at work, and I didn't
Mm.
understand what they were talking about. And they were like, "Oh, it's, from this movie, The Room, and you have to watch it because it's have you ever seen The Disaster Artist?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, well, you need to watch that one." So,
Hmm.
mhm.
So on IMDb, it is a 6.1 out of 10 rating.
Oh my God. Hey, can you read
There's
us a
who
couple
is
of the
there's
just a
one
couple of the
Oh,
person
lines? I need to
there's
hear these.
one person that has like gives it an 8-star review.
Why?
what
I
does he
don't
say? What do
so
they say?
Right? This is a have to know kind of
um
thing.
where'd it go? There it is. Okay. This movie shouldn't exist, but it does. Oh, where'd it go? This movie shouldn't exist, but it does, so I watched it, and good God. Noel Marshall and Tippi Hedren certainly had a interesting relationship for a while there in the 70s and early 80s. I don't know what their marriage was like. Where did that go?
See, that's not saying the movie's good. That's saying that
No.
they had to watch it because it was a mess.
Yeah, I don't know what their marriage was like behind closed doors, of course, but somehow it's a great gift to the earth that they produced the film Roar. Oh God.
They played the drinking game.
Yeah,
That's what they
for
Yes.
did.
sure. Yep.
Oh.
Take a shot for every mauling.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that review is like hella long. But goodness.
Yeah. I mean, come on. This movie is basically a train wreck because you can't look away
Can't
from
look
this.
away.
But the
Yeah.
plot is basically trash.
Right.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, it has a 6.1 out of 10 rating on IMDb.
how many reviews
That's
does it have?
insane.
It doesn't. 76?
Oh, that's
So
why.
it's all the people that watched it in the theaters when it came out?
Probably.
Split between the 6 theaters, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep. So this movie has been described as shock cinema worth preserving, which I
Okay.
can see.
Yeah.
A cross between a nature special, a home movie, a snuff film, and a key exhibit at a sanity hearing.
Wow.
That Venn diagram.
Uh, yeah.
That's a crazy Venn diagram to have.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Insane.
And the most expensive home movie ever made. So Cam, you hit it on the head because that's basically what this is. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're just gonna shoot some stuff that happens and
Yeah.
then build a plot around it.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Crazy.
So this movie also pretty much tore Hedren and Marshall's marriage apart.
Yep.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I mean,
You can
if they aren't
imagine.
fighting over animals at the dinner
Right.
table
Or fighting against animals, yeah.
or fighting against
What?
animals,
Maybe that brought them together and then like they tore
Right.
apart. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Money
Then they're
Maybe it
also
was
issues
his
as well.
maybe the honey was his idea.
Yeah. You're trying to kill me.
Yeah,
But
Right.
you
for real.
know that they're fighting over money. Like they have to be.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. How could you not? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they
Are you gonna feed the
divorced.
lions or the elephants today?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Whose
Obviously
account are we
not gonna
taking
be
it out
us.
of? Yeah.
Yeah. So they divorced in 1982. And then Hedren establishes a sanctuary and a preserve for the animals to live in, which apparently is still on this piece of land.
Huh.
Hmm.
And so
That's how you go about conservationship.
yeah, not
Right.
making a crazy movie about it. But even
Exactly.
though Marshall and her are divorced by this time, he continues to provide financial assistance to this foundation.
Okay. So they
He
care about
feels
this.
guilty. He
Yeah,
feels
no,
guilty.
they're really all about the animals, like for real, they
Yeah.
are.
See, they could, I mean, I guess I was gonna say like in today's time, you could set up cameras and like film the lions in the preserve type of stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So the preserve, which is called Shambhala, which is a great
Okay.
song. Anyway, it even took in some of Michael Jackson's animals after he closed his zoo at Neverland.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So they really were like animal lovers, but they were like
Yeah.
totally misguided in trying to make this
I was
movie.
gonna say they just went about it the
Yeah.
wrong way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask if this was worth it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But the story is legendary.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wonder, like, is there? I have to see. Hold on. I should have done this before, but I did not. Animal Preserve. Okay, let's see. Do they? It's called the Roar Foundation. But I want to know.
Oh man.
Okay, so they've got a visitor's guide. Adoption. Hold, please.
Wait a minute. We're each getting a baby cub.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, can you actually adopt a lion? Because yes.
The way that a lion would not thrive down here,
No.
it would die of humidity. It's insane.
So it is one of those things where you like can adopt an animal kind of like the zoo has. So it's not like you get to take it home, but
you basically pay for its care and
yeah,
Right.
so you can select a bobcat,
Hey.
yeah, a cougar, a
Yes.
lion, or a tiger. So no elephants and no
They probably
leopards
it's not
or
not smart to keep the
jaguar.
elephants.
What did you say it was that was stalking your grandma's house?
Panther.
Panther, no panthers. Yeah. So, as an adopted parent, you will have the exclusive privilege of visiting your wild one on Parents' Day.
Wait, that's cute.
Oh,
Yeah, which is the first Saturday of every month. You follow the animal crew as they walk the preserve, and you watch as the wild ones get a femur bone thrown over the fence for $10 each. It doesn't say what kind of a femur bone. I'm a little bit worried about this.
Oh my gosh.
Is this one of the crew's leftover
Yeah,
femur bones?
yes,
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can bring a picnic lunch, and after the animals get their bones, you can go to the lake and eat it and enjoy the parents or the company of other parents.
Parents' Day.
Yeah.
Which one's yours? Like in the where
Right.
the babies are just born?
Yeah. In the nursery.
Yep.
So after you choose your wild one, you get an 8x10 glossy photo,
Oh.
probably signed. They're little pop
By the
Pop
animal
print.
themselves. Yeah.
Pop
That
print.
would be yeah.
Yeah, and you get a certificate of adoption.
Cute.
Yeah.
I mean,
So there you go.
hey.
Yep. So it's actually not bad.
I mean, it sounds, yeah.
I mean, considering
What
how
happened? Yeah.
how much money they need to make up on this movie.
No, for real.
They're
So
still
it's
in a deficit.
yeah, so it's $50 a month or $75 a month, depending on what you get.
What package you decide to adopt at?
Mhm.
Well, what animal you want. So if it's a littler cat, then it's 50. If it's a bigger one.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they release like if they feel like an animal could be put back in the wild, if they like release it back into the wild, like in Africa, of course,
I
not
don't
Oh,
think
like
so.
rehabilitate it.
right.
I don't think so. So they do safari tours and sunset safari tours. Okay, so let's see what this is. So it's a private group. Opens its gates to the public for a series of exciting and informative safaris through the world of big cats.
Informative.
Yeah, you get to meet
Keywords.
lions. Right. Lions, Bengal, Siberian tigers, and the black and spotted leopards,
Say that
servals,
5
and
times
mountain
fast.
lions. All of these exotic pets have been born in the US and sold as pets. So these are not wild animals that have been taken from the wild, and these are ones that, some weirdo decided to keep in the bathroom of the
decided
MGM
to
Grand.
breed in his backyard and sell as pets, and some other smart person decided that yes, a lion cub would be a great pet. in
Yep.
my 700 square foot apartment
Yeah.
in the greater LA area.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so they do have them like in cages now, so they aren't like roaming around, hanging out in the pool or
Oh.
anything anymore.
Oh, come on.
Mauling
Yeah,
people.
Yeah, with cocktails.
with
Yes.
cocktails. Yeah. Um. So you can't wear shorts. Well, I mean, I guess you can, but they say we ask you not to because it's going to protect you from the sun and the low brush and shrubs.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I was thinking mauling
Yeah, I
No,
was
again.
no,
gonna say I
no.
was thinking the
Just
cats are gonna swipe out from the cages or something.
rogue claw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, the pictures are the animals are like in these big, huge cages. So you got to bring water. Don't bring your pets though.
Oh,
They have to actually tell you that. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
of course they do.
But then
yeah.
get this, they say, remember our animals are wild, not pets, and we don't allow any touching, which is surprising considering some of the pictures that you see out there of them hanging out with these freaking lions
In the
in their
pool.
pool or on the couch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Or
So maybe
yeah.
they learned their lesson. Maybe.
Evidently a lawyer got involved somewhere along the
Oh,
line.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, oh, you can't do this
Hold
anymore.
on,
Like,
hold on, hold on.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
But
doing
yeah, it's
what now?
still
right.
it is still run by these people. I think Noel's dead, but I think Tempe Hedren's still alive and
Yeah, she'll be 94 this year.
yeah, so
She
she's
got over the gangrene.
In
yeah,
2024.
and I think she
Yes.
has all of her limbs.
That's good.
Huh. That's
So-
crazy.
I'm sure she has stories to tell.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I bet.
Can you imagine the stories that Melanie Griffith can tell about this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so there you go. If you want to visit,
I'm surprised she's not asked about that more often.
no, for real.
I think because
She
a
probably
lot of
doesn't want to
people don't.
relive it.
Yeah, but
Well,
I think a lot
no.
of people don't know about
Know
it,
about it. I didn't know about it before this.
True. I didn't either.
which is
Fair.
crazy to me, but yeah. So there you go. They actually like turn this into some kind of conservation thing.
Some sort of positive.
Yep. So there you go. That is the crazy story of Roar. One of
And
the
now a
most
part of me
dangerous movies ever
wants to
made.
see this movie, but
I know
not
that's great. That's the crazy
like
part.
not badly enough to buy it, but like
Right.
Yeah.
so curious now.
Yeah.
If
So
someone has a downloadable version.
Right.
we'll just
Let us
split the
know.
cost of it and then we'll just send
Yeah.
it to each other.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is that it wasn't enough for me to want to spend like the $22
Absolutely not.
on Amazon to buy the disc.
Well, and I was gonna say that to then have a DVD and you now just have a physical copy of
Own
it, like
Roar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yay.
Yay.
Yeah. But on the other hand,
Anybody
like I
want to
kind
see
of wanted to
this?
see it.
No.
No, right.
Yeah.
Who's picking that on movie night? Kick them out of the
Yes.
friend group.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So yeah,
Go get
that's
your
the
popcorn.
craziest story ever told. I
That's
can't even
nuts.
I can't even imagine. I really can't.
Yeah. Well, and I
That's
thought
what
like
I'm
when I was
saying.
looking it up, it said it was the most dangerous movie ever made. I'm like, okay, that's an exaggeration. No, it's not.
No.
Absolutely
Mm-mm.
is not.
No. Mm-mm.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't believe that they actually made this. I can't believe that they had that kind of money either.
Right.
Because I
Well, I
mean,
mean,
Tippi Hedren had like a few movies, but she wasn't like a huge star, right?
no, I don't think so. I mean, The Birds, that's the only thing I really know her
Right.
from.
Yeah. And that's probably because for 10 years of her life, she was doing this crazy shit.
Right. Hemorrhaging money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yep.
and actually hemorrhaging from her bit hand.
The bite, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
and the
face.
hospital bills.
Uh-huh.
For real.
Seriously,
Ugh.
how did they not get sued
I don't
by
know.
crew members? Like, how?
They're not unionized.
They're not unionized,
Well,
yeah.
no, but they can still, like, the crew members can
Private
still,
sue, yeah.
yeah.
I think because it was the 70s and
No,
And
true.
you just went with it, I guess.
yeah,
You gotta make
that's the only
money
thing I can
somehow.
think. Yeah, because you
Yeah.
don't hear anything about anybody dying, which is crazy to
That-
me.
Yeah.
True.
but you also don't hear anything about lawsuits. And
That's insane.
I can only say that it's the time period.
True.
Yeah.
Also, a little bit on the crew member. You know, the crew members have to take accountability, right? Like they chose to stay there. They chose to stay working
Yeah.
in this environment.
And
I'm
maybe
sure when they first signed up for the project, they didn't realize what they were getting themselves into.
Well, I mean,
but
at some point you would, right? Because you got to
would
be
think
hearing all the
so.
stories.
When you
Yeah.
get there and there's 100
100
plus wild
wild
animals on the
animals,
ranch,
yeah.
and you're like, oh,
Yeah, and maybe
So
they
this
just had them
isn't what I was
sign-
picturing.
right. Maybe they had to
Yeah.
sign like ironclad
Waivers,
waivers,
contracts.
but
Yeah.
maybe.
I didn't find anything about that either. So it's not like it was
Hmm.
really out there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's
There you go.
insane.
There's some roar for you. There's some petty details about some lions and shit.
Tigers and elephants, oh my.
Oh my. Oh my. And I will now stream Katy Perry's Roar for the rest of the day,
Right.
making her my top Spotify played for the end of the year.
There you go. Yep. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening to this crazy story. Some petty details of animal attacks and movies that shouldn't have been made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
yet somehow
definitely,
we're...
if you have an extra $50 a month, $75 a month, go and be a parent.
There you
go be
go.
a cat parent.
Yeah, especially if you're in California. Come on, you can go and visit them.
Oh yeah,
on Parent Day.
heck yeah.
Right.
That would be awesome. So, all right. Well, don't have bad dreams, everybody. Well, stay petty, my friends. Bye.
See ya.
Thank you, Monica, our guest hosts, and listeners for getting into the petty details with me today. Stay petty, my friends.